I have a funny story about that. You ready? All right, well, I am pleased to introduce our panelists. You've already met Robert Leschnow. Now I'd like to introduce you to Dawn Schneider at the end. She is the Area 64 Director, has been the Hospitality Chair for the Town North Division Contest this spring. Her team included Julie Barker, Aaron Thompson, and they collected donations from 12 different companies: African Fusion, Kroger, Panera Bread, Walmart, Yogurti, Party City, Jason's Deli, Starbucks, and Expedia Cruise.
Wow.
I can't pronounce some bakery that's in French. Dawn used a combination of door-to-door solicitation with emails and phone call follow-ups, and that has proven to work repeatedly. She approaches potential sponsors with the offer of participating in a quote-unquote no-charge marketing opportunity that will benefit their company. Let's give Dawn a round of applause. And Desiree Goldsmith is an executive assistant with Ernst & Young, and has an extensive background in technology and business administration. She has been with Ernst & Young Guns since April 1st of 2016. This year in June, she will be the first club member to achieve Distinguished Toastmasters from Ernst & Young, and which was chartered in 1996.
Woo!
The motivation behind her drive was to show other members in the club that it was possible. She hopes to continue to lead by example and grow within the Toastmasters organizations for years to come. She is currently also the Area 36 Metro Area 36 Area Director. Wow. Embrace that. So please help me welcome our panelists. So we're going to start asking everybody the same questions. It's almost like after the area contest where we meet the contestants. So the first question is, how many companies did you approach for sponsorship, and how many out of those donated?
I'll start since I know the answer. Any question that you ask that I know the answer to is a good question.
Okay.
I usually approach about 30, and I usually get about 12 to 14 sponsors to donate something. It's not necessarily always cash. Sometimes it's a gift card or food itself, and a lot of times it's not something you can necessarily monetize. Like if I bought something at Walmart that for example, I got a Jason's Deli fruit tray. If I bought fruit at Walmart, it would be less money, but from Jason's Deli, it would be more. So if I were to monetize that, it would probably cost me more to buy it from Jason's Deli. But Jason's Deli gets a benefit of marketing in their community, and so I sell the opportunity as a marketing opportunity.
Awesome. Desiree?
So I am a procrastinator. So I am going to be honest. I approached 5 companies and all 5 companies donated. And it was, please, baby, please. With as much enthusiasm as I can put into it. But one of the largest, I have a knack for approaching hotels. Every hotel that I approached gave me at least a one-night stay. Now, mind you, one of the hotels I had to drive all the way out to Sherman and use my gas and pick up the voucher because they were like, your event is when? Tomorrow? We'll do it. You got to drive for it. So that was a midnight drive. I stopped at Choctaw. We had a good time. But I am a procrastinator, but I do agree with Robert here. That if you have enthusiasm and you have the best pitch, because I think I do have the best last minute pitch, I've gotten that down to a science at this point. If you are enthusiastic and you have a good pitch, it's really hard for people to say no, especially when you give them the big puppy dog face and be just, please sponsor me for 25 cents a day. So it's really good in that aspect.
Awesome. Thank you, Desiree.
similar to what Don had mentioned, I probably reached out to 25 or 30 different entities, whether they were businesses or retailers or whoever it might have been, 25 to 30, and I probably got 10 that said yes. The key is, though, that you have to follow up. It's very, very important to follow up. You can submit donation request after donation request, and they may just go into a no man's land, right? Won't ever hear anything back. The key, though, is to follow up.
Follow up, okay. So keeping with the same theme, we've got a range between 30 to 40%, all the way up to 100, but a smaller sample size. How do you deal with rejection? Because I think that rejection is the thing that most people are the most afraid of when we're asking for donations. So what is your strategy to put on your like rejection proof vest and not have to worry about it?
I can answer that.
Okay.
You would need to approach it from the standpoint that they're not rejecting you, they're rejecting an opportunity to help their community, and it may be because they've already donated to other places and they've used up their budget. So you have to have the attitude that you approach them as if you know that they're generous, because they will sense that you know they're generous and they'll want to confirm that and validate that it's perception that you have of them and their brand. And so just like any other marketing or sales type of role that you would be filling, you're going to approach it with a positive attitude about the people that you're working with, and if they say no, then you assume that they have a good reason for that, and you move on, because every no gets you closer to the next yes.
Anybody else have anything they'd like to add on that?
I do. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
So, when you're dealing with rejection, the thing is, the surprising thing that I found is that the companies that I was certain they were going to say no. I was absolutely certain they were going to say no. When I walked in, I was surprised, shocked. I was just beside myself when they actually said yes. You never know. You never know what they're going to say until you actually do it. Now, as far as rejection, you just keep going. You just brush it off and you just keep moving forward.
My standpoint about rejection, especially when it comes to donation, I don't view it as a no forever. So the thing is with these companies, they have preset monthly budgets. So if they tell you no, ask them, well, since you can't do this one, can you do my fall one? Because again, as area directors, we have 2 contests. If you give them a 2-day notice like I did, now I done gave them a 9-month notice to the next one. And all my donations for that one came through because I was just like, okay, I know that I'm late for this one. We're doing the same event in the fall, and you will be my #1 top spot because you're #1 at this point. Can I go ahead and do the application? Oh yeah, we'll do the fall one. So even though they say no, just keep prying, because it may be a no right then because of budget, but it may not be a no forever. And also, even if they can't help your area contest, we have all areas, and we're going for 6 months straight with contests. Maybe they can help someone else's in your district. Like I solicited donations for area 32 and 33 and 31, but just because they couldn't help me doesn't mean they can't help them. So it all works out in the end. So just because they say no to you at that moment, just pry a little bit, because it may be that they can help you along the line somewhere.
Awesome. So my takeaway from that is 2 things. 1, no doesn't mean, no may mean yes later on. And then, it's not me, it's you. So Desiree, you mentioned specifically used email. So I'll allow everybody else to answer if they have one, but you also mentioned puppy dog eyes. So how do you convey the puppy dog eyes through your email or phone communication?
So what I do is I start with an email first, if I have their email. Because generally what happens is, because I am a procrastinator, I'm sorry you guys, I am probably the worst one up here. These are the good guys. Because I I procrastinate. My thing is like, I'm in Starbucks and I'm like, oh, I probably need coffee for the event next week. So I'll say, hey, my favorite barista, Perla, I'm just gonna say her name. Is so-and-so in? No, let me give you his email. Okay, I'll send an email. I'll be like, hey, I was in today. And I'll write this really long email. And I'll be like, but I'm going to be down there to get my favorite drink at noon. Will you be in? Because I tend to solicit places that people know my face. Or like, so mine was my local Tom Thumb because everybody knows me there. My local Kroger's because me and Lisa have the best relationship. Every time I go in there, she's like, oh, you're shopping for your husband. Walmart, my pickup guy, he knows me by name, car, and is excited every time he pops my trunk because he's like, you have the cleanest trunk ever. So like my places that I go to, or I get personal emails, I get personal phone numbers because I know these people. So I would say that if you know someone, start with your network because you never know who you know. Well, you know who you know, but you never know who they know. So like I got a lot of emails and a lot of phone numbers and a lot of contacts just through people I knew last minute. And yeah, you can have you ever heard that someone can hear you smile through the phone? Someone can hear you cry through email. So they can hear you smile, they can hear you cry, they read your words. And my favorite part is when I get the reply and they're like, come downstairs, we'll give you a traveler. Yes, I'm on my way. So yeah, I do it like that.
Awesome. Robert, Ron, do you have anything you'd like to add on that?
Just a few things that you think about. One is expressing gratitude is really essential. And one of the ways you can do that really helps the business to promote themselves to the people that they promote themselves to is to take pictures of the contest or have somebody, if you're the chair, probably delegate that because you're going to be super busy, but have pictures taken of people enjoying the products and food and everything that they donated. If there's gifts that you're giving away to the helpers, take a picture of somebody holding it and saying thank you, because they can put those on their boards that they like to brag how they donate and promote themselves to the community, that we're a community partner, we help people, and that really will help them to feel like what they did was valuable, and then they're more likely to donate to you in the future.
Robert, do you have anything to add on that one?
I would say that, because you're requesting donations on behalf of Toastmasters, also bring in a tie-in to how Toastmasters, and if they were to find their local Toastmasters club, how that could also benefit them and how they could really get connected that way. Not only through a donation, through an active donation, but also see how that donation can be put to work through the club contest or through the area contest, wherever that's being used at, and how they can tangibly make a connection to that.
Awesome. Great. I have one more before I'll turn it over to the audience for their questions.